Hi, this is John. I'm gonna go ahead and show you all my projects all at once. One of the things that's kind of weird is I noticed on the rubric it shows a 7-2, which I didn't do that one, but we did all the other ones. So we'll go ahead and do those. If I need to resend it, please let me know. I was just a little confused because it says 3 zip files. It tells me to do 3 exercises. Then it gives me the project or the starters for 3, but it doesn't give me a 4th one like the rubric shows. So I assume it's just a conflict between the rubric and what's actually due. So we'll go ahead and start with, let's see, we'll go exercise 7-1, future values. So enhance the future value application, try catch, throw is data valid procedure, modify calculate event, comment out specific catches, which there was 2 comments that I had to do. So here's my catches that I had to comment out, and there's the 3rd catch that we had to leave open. It's a try catch statement, and we also had to do the is valid. So I had to create a function for is valid, and those are pretty straightforward. So I'll go ahead and hit start. Monthly investment. Just go $100, 15 at 50 years. All right, so everything works. Go ahead and go to the next one. 8-1, enhance the invoice total application. 8-1, there we are. So I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to arrays, the book is very, very limited on the information it gives for arrays. So this one was a lot harder. So was the project and 8-2. They were extremely difficult for me. So on this one, we were told to create a list and an array. So my grouping of everything is kind of crazy. I haven't reformatted it. I was mostly worried about getting it to work. So you'll see a lot of white space throughout. It may or may not need to be there. So the way I found or at least the easiest way I found to do it, was use private sub display array, which is a pretty standard way I found to do it on Stack Overflow. None of this is in the book. Half of this stuff wasn't in the book. The book doesn't really tell you how to add add objects to an array. It tells you, if you already know your numbers, it'll tell you to add the numbers in sequence to the array, but since we're looking for values that are being calculated, yeah, so it got a little weird. So we had to add variables to the array. And also use this populate array. So up in the top inside the calculate area, I'll call for the pop array with invoice total. It'll check the count. It'll check the amount of invoice total. So I think the rubric or something was saying that it has to be more than 0 or ignore 0 values. So I'm sure there's another way to do it, but I ignored the 0 values by just throwing in an if statement for the invoice total. Everything works, but again, it was extremely difficult. Sorry if my hands are all wobbly. So 250, 255, and it should hold a max of 5. Sorry, one-handed typing. It's killing me. So bam, too many entries. Hit exit, and then it asks for 2 pop-ups. So one's the array pop-up, which I just gave it a little title. And then the second one is the list pop-up. So both of those populate. And so, yeah, add list. So I did that one. And then we'll go to the 8-2, which was also pretty difficult. Module level variables, calculate add code to store values, display rectangular array elements. So dim row index as integer. So these are the 2 things I added up top from a module level variables. Here's the array itself. 10.4 is what I have it as, which was kind of confusing because the fact that I added titles to the array, it threw off. I had it set to 9.3, which is what it should be for 10 rows, 4 10 rows, 4 columns. But when I added the titles, it kind of messed it up. And that was probably my fault, to be honest. But, so 10.4, and then data's valid. And then I did the same thing on this one with pop array. It was a little bit more difficult because there was a lot more involved. And then display array. And basically, once you hit the exit button, it's going to call for display array, which will then give me the values I need. But, yep. Alright, I'm going to start. Sorry, I'm trying to go through fast. I don't have like 10 minutes that I can record on the phone. So 10, oh, sorry. 10, 10, and 11, 12, 13, so then I hit exit. And so it shows up sometimes a little messed up. Depends on the values though. So as you can see right there, it's off. And it's literally just one space that's throwing it off. And I'm not exactly sure how to fix that. If I put in 1000, it goes really crazy. It looks normal if I change the space just a little bit, but I don't have a fixed spacing, I guess. I really couldn't find anything on how to fix that, but yeah, we'll get there. And then that's all of those, and then I'll just make another video for the project. I'm running out of time.